Science Kids! Welcome sa ating new episode ng Grade 4 Science Learning Activities. Special shout out to my co-teachers who are Teacher Annalisa, Teacher Tess, Teacher C, Teacher IZ, and Teacher Babylin na patuloy din sa paggawa ng kani-kanilang video lessons upang matulungan ang mga kabataan at mga magulang na tulad ninyo sa pag-unawa ng mga aralin sa iba't ibang asignatura. Maaari nyo silang isubscribe sa kani-kanilang channel upang mas matunawaan nyo pa ang inyong mga lessons sa kanilang asignatura. Handa na ba kayo sa ating new lesson for today? My name is Teacher Larissa at narito na ang ating new episode para sa Grade 4 Science Learning Activities. In our last science episode, you learned about the force exerted by magnets. Again, magnets exert a force of attraction on anything that is made of iron, nickel, and cobalt. However, not all materials are attracted to magnet. Objects that are made of plastic, paper, and wood are not attracted to magnet. You also learned about magnetic force and different types of magnets. Magnets have two opposite poles. These are the North Pole and the South Pole. When two magnets of the same poles are placed close to each other, they repel or push each other. However, when two magnets of different poles are placed close to each other, they attract or pull each other. For a quick review, can you identify which of these objects are attracted or not attracted to magnets? Comment down your answers below this video. Now that we know the force exerted by magnets, we can now move forward to the first part of our new science lesson on how heat, light, and sound travel, which will focus on heat transfer.
Science Learning Episode: How does heat, light, and sound travel? Part 1: Heat Transfer.
When you wake up in the morning, you tend to think of activities that you are going to do for the whole day. In school, you play, read and write, sing and dance, or do other activities that your teacher asks you to do. All these activities require energy. Energy is defined as the ability to do work, which simply means it makes things move and function, which causes things to change. In Tagalog, ang enerhiya ang nakapagdudulot upang tayo ay makagawa o makabuo ng kilos na nagdudulot din ng pagbabago sa ibang bagay. Energy can be classified into two. These are the potential and kinetic energy. Potential energy is the energy at rest or simply the stored energy. In Tagalog, ang potential energy ay ang enerhiya na nakapaloob sa isang bagay na hindi gumagalaw. When we say kinetic energy, it is the active energy or the energy in motion. In Tagalog, ang kinetic energy ay ang enerhiya na nakapaloob sa isang bagay na gumagalaw o gumagawa ng isang aksyon o di kaya ay aktibo. We have different forms of energy. These forms include heat energy, light energy, and sound energy. Now, let us discuss heat energy. Heat is a form of energy associated with the motion of particles and capable of being transmitted through solid and liquid media by conduction and convection and through empty space by radiation. In Tagalog, ang init ay isang uri ng enerhiya na may kinalaman sa paggalaw ng mga particles. Ito ay maaaring maisalin o maipasa sa mga solid at liquid sa pamamagitan ng conduction and convection, gayon din naman sa mga empty spaces sa pamamagitan ng radiation. As a thermal energy, it can also be transferred between bodies of different temperatures. In Tagalog, ang init ay maaari ding maisalin o maipasa sa pagitan ng dalawang bagay na may mag-ibang temperatura. To see how heat transfer happens, let us take a look on these activities. Now let us proceed to our experiment time. Here are the materials that we are going to use in this activity. We have cutter blade, candle, piece of crayon, clothespin, and match. Safety reminder, be careful on using cutter blade and matchstick. Seek help from your guardians at home. Narito ang mga hakbang sa paggawa ng activity na ito. Number 1 ay i-clip natin ang ating clothespin sa gitna ng ating cutter blade. Pangalawa ay ilagay natin ang piraso ng crayon sa ibabaw ng kabilang dulo ng ating cutter blade. Ikatlo ay sindihan natin ang ating kandila gamit ang ating posporo. Itapat natin ang kabilang dulo ng ating cutter blade sa apoy. Ikaapat ay obserbahan kung ano ang mangyayari sa piraso ng crayola sa kabilang dulo ng ating cutter blade. Now, let us try to answer some of the guide questions of this activity. Number 1. What happened to the piece of crayon on the other end of the blade? 2. Why do you think it melted even if it is not directly exposed to the flame? And number 3. What could be inferred from this activity? Now, let us mark your answers. For number 1, the correct answer is the piece of crayon melted. For number 2, the correct answer is, you're right. The heat from the flame traveled through the blade until it reached the other end of the blade, which caused the crayon to melt. And for number 3, the answer is, you're right. Heat moves from a hot object to a cold object. Did you get all the questions right? Good job! Now let us do another activity. For this task, you need thermos with hot water, mug, and metal spoon. Here's how you are going to do it. 1. Pour the mug with hot water from the thermos. 2. Put the spoon in the mug and leave it for 5 minutes. And number 3. Touch the handle of the spoon and record what happened. Now, let us try to answer some of the guide questions of this activity. 1. What happened to the exposed end of the spoon after 5 minutes? 2. What did you notice about the surface of the mug when you touch it? Now, let us mark your answers. For number 1, the correct answer is, the cold end of the spoon became hot or warm. For number 2, the correct answer is, the surface of the mug felt hot too. The transfer of heat in solid materials is called conduction. It is the heat transfer through a substance or from a substance to another through direct contact. Lahat ng materials ay binubuo ng maliliit na particles. Kapag ang mga maliliit na particles na ito ay gumagalaw ng mabilis, ibig sabihin there is more energy and the temperature is higher. Kapag ang mga fast-moving particles na ito ay dumikit sa mga slow-moving particles, the energy will be transferred. There are materials that allow heat to flow through easily. These are called conductors. Metals are good conductors of heat. That is why we use them as cooking utensils because the heat moves faster through the metal pan to the food. Samantala, may mga materials naman na hindi nag-aalaw ng heat transfer o di kaya naman ay mabagal ang heat transfer. Tinatawag natin silang insulators. Some of the insulators include plastic, wood, rubber, and ceramics.
Now, let us do another set of activity. For this activity, we only need tap water and mango seeds. Here's what we are going to do. Number 1, boil the tap water and mango seeds. 2, observe the movement of water as the temperature rises by noting the motion of mango seeds. Now, let us try to answer some of the guide questions of this activity. Number 1, what do you notice about the movement of the mango seeds in the casserole? 2, what happens to the temperature of the water when boiled? Now, let us mark your answers. For number 1, the answer is, the mango seeds seem to dance and move in random circular motion. For number 2, the temperature of the water rises. Do you have the same answers with me? Good job!
Heat travels in air and liquid by convection. When the liquid or gas is heated, the molecules of the heated part move faster and away from each other. Warm liquid rises while cold liquid sinks. Ang paggalaw na ito sa mga particles ay patuloy na magaganap hanggang sa maging evenly heated ang liquid.
When you heated the mango seeds in water, the seeds started to jump after a few minutes. When water was heated at the bottom of the pan, it moved up, pushing the mango seeds. As heat is continuously applied, the seeds are moving faster and faster. This movement is due to the currents formed within the liquid. Ang convection ang dahilan kung bakit tayo nakakaranas ng wind movements and local breezes. Warm air rises, expands, and cools. Cool air sinks. During daytime, air over the land is heated. It rises and expands. Cool air over the sea moves towards the land. That's why you feel a refreshing breeze by the seaside during daytime. Sa gabi naman, sea is warmer than the land. That is why warm air from the sea rises and cool air sinks.
Heat can also be transferred across empty space or vacuum. This is called radiation. Ang radiation ay hindi nakadepende sa presensya ng matter para mai-transfer ang heat. The heat we receive from the sun is radiant energy. Ito ay nagtra-travel from the sun as waves through space.
Ang heat transfer by radiation ay hindi nakikita ng ating mga mata at hindi naman naapektuhan ng airflow. Lahat ng warm objects ay nag-give off ng heat waves. Some other examples ng heat transfer na may kinalaman sa radiation ay pag ikaw ay nakakaramdam ng init kapag ikaw ay malapit sa isang fire source, the heat given off by an electric heater, and the heat near a hot oven. To summarize the different ways of heat transfer, let us take a look at this picture. Again, when we say convection, it is the transfer of heat through a fluid caused by molecular motion. Conduction, on the other hand, is the transfer of heat or electric current from one substance to another by direct contact. And lastly, radiation is the energy that is radiated or transmitted in the form of rays, waves, or particles.
That's it, Science Kids! I hope you learned something new in our science episode for today. If you like this video, do not forget to hit like and subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell for you to be updated on our upcoming videos. You can also follow me on my different social media accounts